Hi, I'm Jessica Slice. I'm the co-author of This Is How We Play.
And I'm Caroline Cupp, and I am co-author of this diverse and inclusive book on play.
And I'm Kayla Harren, illustrator of this wonderful story.
Today, we'll learn about disabilities and adaptive, imaginative ways to play.
So have your art supplies ready to create some art that reflects your favorite way to play with family and friends.
Everyone has bodies and minds that work in their own unique way. Some of the differences are called disabilities. There are many different kinds of disabilities. For example, as a kid, I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. Sometimes it's called CP. CP is a change in the brain that leads to moving and sometimes speaking differently. I use crutches to walk, and I love that I get to use my creativity to explore the world. Other disabilities affect how people hear, see, think, or move.
Some disabilities can last a short time, which means people recover after a few months or years. Others last a long time, which may be for a person's whole life. The severity of a disability, which means how it affects our everyday activities, can also affect people in varied ways. For example, you may know someone with a broken bone in their leg, so a few weeks they may need to wear a brace or walk with crutches. Or you may know someone with a vision problem that requires them to wear glasses for many years. I became disabled at 28 due to a neurological condition. I now use a wheelchair to help me move around. Being disabled isn't a bad or scary thing, it's just another way to live.
I was thrilled to co-author this book with Jessica, as we are both proud moms who happen to be disabled. We're also disability activists, which means that we help others understand disabilities. When my son Henry was 3, I noticed that none of his picture books had disabled moms in them. So I reached out to Jessica and we looked everywhere, and we found that no books had disabled parents. So we wrote this book based on many interviews with disabled families who explained how they like to play at home and outside.
Play is important for many reasons. It can improve social skills, problem solving, memory, and focus, boost confidence, and improve your mood. Kids are naturally imaginative. Their bodies and minds are eager to play. The book highlights that families with disabled people play in the same ways as all other families. We love story time, sometimes using American Sign Language, races, sometimes using wheelchairs, cycling, chess, and puppet shows. My family's favorite way to play together is to take walks and look for the silliest thing we can find on our block.
Thanks, Jessica and Caroline, for sharing your stories and insights on disability. I love to play with my imagination and art materials. I'll show you what that looks like with a little drawing demonstration. But first, I want you to think about your favorite way to play. Then grab some crayons, pencils, and markers, and let's create those scenes. When I think of play, I immediately picture playing with my dogs. One of my dogs loves jumping, so I'm gonna draw a girl jumping with her dog. Maybe you like jumping too, or maybe you prefer to play in a different way. How do you like to play with your friends and family? Do you like putting on puppet shows or dressing up in costumes? Do you like building forts or riding a bike or racing in your wheelchair? Do you play games or sports or read or dance? How do you like to play? Think about that and draw that. When I started drawing, I like to use a light colored pencil to sketch out rough shapes. It helps me visualize where I want everything to go. And once I decide how much space each shape is going to take up, then I start drawing with a darker color. I like to use an orange or pink when I'm drawing the lines, because when I color on top of them, you'll see through the pink a little bit. And I like the way the pink lines make the illustration feel warm and glowy. So I'm going to use the magic of editing right now and wave my hand a little bit. And voila! I sped up the process to a version where I finished drawing the line work. Now let's add some fun patterns to these clothes. I want to show you a fun trick that you can do with crayons. I'm going to use a really bright yellow crayon and draw some dots on this shirt. Because the crayons are waxy, I'll be able to color over the top of these crayons and the yellow dots will show through. Maybe I'll use some pink shapes too. Then I'll pick out a marker and I'm going to color right over the top and fill in this shirt, and see, it's like magic. All of these dots and shapes show through and you can see this fun pattern. I think it's so fun to play with materials like this. Then I'm also going to fill in the rest of this drawing with flat color. And we'll go back over these areas with more layers to build up texture and detail. Here's a version where I finished filling in the shapes with flat color so that we can get to my favorite part of the drawing, adding details. I like giving my characters pink cheeks, so I'm going to pick out a pink crayon and give this girl some happy pink cheeks. And maybe I'll make her fingers pink too. Then I think I'll pick out a brown crayon and give the dog some spots and textures. You can add all sorts of details and textures to your drawing. Look at the patterns around you. Are there patterns on your clothes? Can you include those in your drawing too? This last step of layering color is to add shadows. I'm going to use a blue crayon for the shadows. Many people think of shadows as only being black, but shadows can actually be quite colorful. I encourage you to go outside on a bright sunny day when the sky is blue and take a white sheet of paper with you. Hold out your hand over the paper so that it casts a shadow and notice what color the shadow is. I bet it will be bluish. This is something you can see really clearly in the wintertime when there's snow on the ground. Maybe there's snow outside your window right now. Can you notice how blue those shadows are against the white snow? Using colorful shadows is another way to make your drawings bright and full of life. So since these characters are jumping, I'm going to leave a little bit of space between them and the ground where I draw their shadows to show how high they're jumping. And there you have it, a playful girl and her dog. You can add motion lines and stars and swirls to your drawing too. Whatever feels playful and fun for you. I'd love to share one more super quick way I like to play with crayons. My dad taught me this. It's something he used to do as a kid. Draw a rainbow. I am going to use colored pencils for this, but you can use crayons too. And blend colors together in a rainbow. I have this finished example of a rainbow right here that I did earlier. And your next step is use a black crayon and color over the top of it. Really fill in the whole area so you can't see any colors coming through until you have a solid block of black, just like this one. Then take a toothpick or your fingernail and scratch into the color so you can see the color showing through. I'm going to carve my name into this, but you can use these lines to draw a picture or whatever you want. And there you have homemade scratchboard art. Just remember, the most important step is have fun playing.
We invite all of you to celebrate disability and adaptation by remembering two things. One, many minds and bodies are different, and that's what makes people interesting. And two, talking with people with disabilities is a great way to learn more.
The advice I'd like to add is be kind and welcoming to every person. Respect one another's energy, limits, and privacy. Everyone's body works in its own cool way, and we all know how to have fun.
Thank you for joining us today. Be sure to check out the other Art of Learning videos that help put imaginations in action. Goodbye.